That's bound to me.
Didn't mean to do that. What do we need for the torrents? I guess if I look here.
I can't trade that.
Advanced engineering. Okay. Be level 6. So then I can do generators. Advanced base defense such as electric fences, blaze trap, craft military fiber, gain 20% XP from electrical trap kills. Efficient craftsman, all the forge recipe costs 10% less. Crafting forged steel. When can I get the torrents? Up 4. Dang. So I need about 4. I should put my points out. I could still use the robotic torrent that I got. Put that over there. The only thing is I have to keep reloading it.
If you ever need anything.
Gonna be a dead end.
I got what you need.
Yeah. So I'm gonna open up the map a little bit more. And I still didn't bring food with me. Die. Go in this. Really? That goes out of town, but it's mainly the big
So
rollers that
just selling the soulbound
needs
items
me.
got almost 400.
Same.
Get here.
Just
Glad I could help.
that was fun.
Yep, hopefully all of our stuff sells and we're 10,000 years.
Yeah. Nothing sold so far.
Would you expect it to?
Hey, you never know. Someone might be trolling the auction house and be like, ooh. Ah. I lowered the prices on some of the whatchamacallit, the green items. But other than that, I sold everything else as is.
Same.
I should have put everything up for 2 days, but we'll see how it goes on. Hey, thanks for the follow on Facebook.
Disappear drop. I'm tired.
It's not work for making gold. Sorry, I so missed your message when you put it up in there, Vahid. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'll run a few. I wonder if that lockout is across all instances or just one.
I'm gonna find out.
You're gonna find. Where are you going to next?
That's what I'm scouting out.
Oh,
I'll let you know when I know.
I wish I could fly in. Wish I could fly in the brewery. I'd go.
Mm-mm. Oh, of course. Come on.
Guess I could run to.
Method on the list is going to be from the dungeon freehold. Now, first things first, in order to make this method worthwhile, you're going to need to have a fairly geared character that can heal themselves or take a lot of damage. If your character is also a tailor, this is a bonus as you can use the cloth that is dropped to make the cloth bracers, which can sell to the vendor for a decent amount of gold. No worries if you don't have a tailor, as you can still get a decent amount of raw gold from this dungeon, and some BOEs that tend to sell in the auction house fairly quickly. You can do this whole dungeon in about 3 to 4 pulls if you're fairly geared. If you're less geared, you can obviously do smaller pulls, but if you get far above the 6-minute mark to complete the dungeon, then you aren't going to be maximizing the 10 lockouts per hour you could do. Over the course of my 10 runs per hour, I was able to average around 5,000 gold an hour on these runs. Now if you do have tailoring, this is going to add around 2,000 gold to this. 7k gold for farming out a dungeon and selling most of the items to a vendor is fantastic. If you get lucky with some of the more expensive BOE drops, then you could really add to your gold per hour here.
Laughing.
A couple of quick tips if you're going to be trying this method is to make sure on the first pull you're staying as close to the left as possible. This is because if you get close enough to the top side of the map, the mobs are going to teleport you back up there and it's going to mess up your whole run. So make sure you guys are staying to the left when you go down the stairs. Another tip is if you get dismounted or slowed by your corruptions, then the best thing to do is just cut your losses and stack up the mobs you already have. If you try and take extra damage and pull more, you will most likely end up dying and making the run even slower. Now what if you try this run and you're consistently dying and it's not worth your time? No worries, this one isn't for everyone. Just head over to Skyreach for a nice relaxing time and enjoy around 400 to 500 gold per run, totaling up to 4,000 to 5,000 gold per 40 minutes of farming. Since the mobs in here are only level 100, they're barely going to touch you on a max level character. To most effectively pull this dungeon and do this in 4 minutes or less, I suggest you pull everything up to the 3rd boss. To do this, first kill the first boss, which lowers the gate so you can keep on moving, then kill the mob right in front of the 2nd boss in order to spawn that boss and kill him. Once you're done with all of that, just go over to the third boss and drag the rest of the mobs behind the pillar to line of sight them and AoE them down. Now, if for whatever reason you're getting anywhere close to the 6-minute mark on any of your clears in here, I would suggest you pick up a couple of items to make things go faster. On my Demon Hunter, I didn't find this necessary as I was already clearing in under 4 minutes. To speed things up, go and buy some Swiftness potions, or if you're an avid PvPer, then you'll most likely have some of these potions from doing that. The second item you'll want to grab is an item called Fried, and this will come in handy once you have killed the third boss and want to skip the wind tunnel run. What you want to do is go to right about here and use your item to aggro that set of mobs. Once they are aggroed, the wind tunnel will despawn and you can just walk up the stairs instead of dealing with that. Also, if you're a caster and have long range AoE abilities, then you can just do that without the use of these bombs. This method is definitely one that you have to pay way less attention to than the freehold one, and you can still get a decent gold per hour of doing this method. Another dungeon that is almost as easy and relaxing to farm gold out of is the Iron Docks. Now, a few things to go over before we get into this one. I would probably prefer to stick with Skyreach instead, because the mobs in Iron Docks are the aggro table of like a centimeter and are very annoying to just get them to aggro to you. You basically have to be inside these mobs to pull them, and they are relatively slow once you eventually get them to follow you. This can waste a lot of time by just waiting on the mobs to catch up and kill them. With that being said, you can pull the whole dungeon up to the third boss. By carefully aggroing each mob, just make your way to the third boss. Since you're probably going to be doing this on a max level character, you can just sit and wait for all the mobs to get there, as they won't be doing very much damage to you at all.
Kill.
Got the best deals anywheres.
For if I don't see any buildings, I'll turn around.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go lay down at this point.
Alright, PK, have a great night, man.
You do the same, Banny. Oh, let me know in Discord if you were able to continuously run or not.
Will do.
Alright.